Welcome back to another week of Simply Bitcoin, where we break down the news from Twitter, the daily fail meme review, the software releases, and the websites by plebes or plebs. Drop us a like, subscribe. Let's go take a look at those numbers.
Number time.
At the time of this recording, the block height is 689,805. The Bitcoin price 34,130. Chain rewrite days 1,097. Total public Lightning capacity 1,675.76. Bitcoin versus gold market cap 5.48%, and sats per dollar 2,930. Wow. So look, public Lightning capacity just keeps growing. One of the listeners actually made a good point, that they'd want to see like percentage differences, on the day, and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm going to take a look into that and see if we could change up our dashboard to do that. But otherwise, that number again, right? This is the same kind of thing that we saw in the bear market of 2018. All of a sudden we saw people, and I'm not saying that we're in a bear market. I'm just
Which
saying,
number? Which number?
Oh, the total public Lightning capacity, right? It started to grow exponentially. People started to, the noise went away. People focused more on building and experimenting and, what was going on. And as a result, you started to see that number grow. So it's really interesting to see what happened with the, the correlation, even though I'm not saying correlation is causation, but it's interesting to see how the price, right? We dropped in the price, and now we're seeing, more people putting that liquidity in Lightning. So
you think that if the price pumps, that number goes down? That's really interesting.
That's why I said correlation is not causation.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't think that, like, I see the numbers, they seem correlated, but I don't think there's any, I just think it just so happens this is the, this is the flow. Like a lot of times, right, we try to create explanations for this stuff.
Yeah.
But, like that's just us. Like that's the human brain trying to make patterns and trying to create, stories behind those patterns. Anyways.
Dude, all I know is that it's freaking bullish because Lightning keeps going up, baby.
No, it's crazy.
Woo!
It's okay. It's okay. We're building. It's still building.
Anyways, Phil, it's time for it.
The daily fail. All right. So it looks like, Steve Hanke's been, actually, you know what? We should come up with a better name, right? He's Steve Hanke, the monetary poo. I don't know, something like that. Steve Hanke, the financial poo. I don't know what he is, but he's a poo
Tyrant?
for sure. The tyrant poo. But anyways, look, obviously his masters have reanimated him. He's decided to, work and grind out that fiat check. And he has been putting out some absolutely ridiculous FUD about Bitcoin. And yes, we covered him last week, but he just didn't stop. Okay, so we're gonna cover this a little bit more on the fail. Like when we covered it last, it was more on the news, but this time we felt he deserves a spot in the fail. He has been a fail before, so it doesn't surprise us that he's a fail again. Another enemy of Bitcoin, and
enemy of humanity. To be honest with you,
that's actually better. It's a better way to describe it, an enemy of humanity. So. Here, let's start to dive into this. All right, for Bitcoin transactions in El Salvador, it'll be nearly impossible for transaction parties to provide complete know your customer information as envisioned under the Bitcoin law. Red flags by the Financial Task Force are imminent.
There it is again, the FATFA.
Yep, always the FATFA, stepping in and like really what is he talking about at the end of the day? Okay, like this is El Salvador, the president is endorsing this. They are moving forward with this. Why try to create this type of narrative? Okay. And obviously it's a fear campaign. Okay. It's part of the fear campaign. It's part of the FUD. Okay. We're going to get you worried.
Watch out for those red flags from that unelected body.
So here we go. BCV_org_VE plans to cut 6 zeros off the Venezuelans' bolivar. Once again, just a typical Latin American monetary joke. Today, I accurately measure Venezuela's inflation as a 1,679.8% on the year. It's time for Venezuela to dump the bolivar and dollarize. Okay, so right, he wants them to go to the fiat, right? He wants them to go to the US dollar specifically right? And not Bitcoin, which doesn't surprise us because, we all know who he's working for. So, economist, John Hopkins, senior fellow director. Anyways, commodity trader, Reagan White House. I don't need to continue about his credentials. Anyways, let's move forward. All right. So here we go. He's spreading a little bit more garbage, and part of that has to do with the fees and the remittances, and we're going to dive into it. President Bukele's assertion that sending and receiving remittances in El Salvador via Bitcoin is cheaper than traditional methods is false. Okay? Bukele is delusional. Now, we covered this in news last week, but you see, so we took a look, right? Because he linked to this paper, which we're going to show, but we also went and found the fees from a fee table from Western Union to compare what he's talking about. Now, it's interesting because he sticks specifically to the number of $200. Okay, so here we go. Applied studies in applied economics, Bukele's Bitcoin blunder. This is the paper that he wrote along with other people that are helping push the fiat narrative. Okay, John Hopkins University. Anyways, let's go take a look at that fee table for a second. They're talking about a $200 for a $200 payment, right? And you can see Western Union, MoneyGram, Zoom, remittedly. You can see what the cost of the percent is per the $200. Okay? And you can see what the actual fee is in USD. So just remember, that's for $200. And don't get me wrong, to have to spend $23 to send $200 is completely insane. Yep. Okay, this is pure profit. The banks have been raping everyone for years on fees for doing absolutely nothing. Okay, anyways, there's some other. I mean, look, there's some other nasty ones. Even Western Union, $15 to send $500. Like, anyways, okay. So let's pop over to another fee table here. Okay, this is from Western Union. It's actually from their site, okay? And we are going to take a look at different countries and what it costs to send other amounts besides $200, okay? So to send money to Senegal, $2,000 to $3,000, you're looking at $43, okay? There's other places in Europe, okay? $2,000 to $2,500, $84. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. Like, there are some cases, look at Spain, right? $2,500 to $3,000, $119. All right. Anyways, so obviously he's dead wrong. Okay? It's just dead wrong. Bitcoin totally makes this a lot easier, totally makes this cheaper, okay? And is final settlement, okay? Anyways. And you don't have to use a middleman to do it. You don't need to go to a Western Union. You can do it any time of day or night. We're going to finish it off with a tweet from Nick Carter. This isn't the dunk that Steve thinks it is. Okay, and here we go. So Steve is tweeting over here. 5 other Latin American countries are considering similar initiatives, right, about adopting Bitcoin. And of course, right, this is they want to produce the narrative, right, of corruption. Countries considering Bitcoin adoption, all similarly corrupt, right? Because there's no corruption here, right? There's no corruption in the US, right? There isn't a whole bunch of companies that pay the government to push laws in that benefit them and not the people. And these people that work in government take this money and help push laws in place that are not benefiting people but are benefiting their own pockets. So don't even give us that bullshit about corruption, okay?
Brad Sherman. Brad Sherman.
Yes. Oh, what do you mean? Not like he took money to shill for banks. Anyways, so here we go. Ben Lewis. I feel bad for this guy. So interesting things. Banks pay fines because they do scammy things and they launder money. And let's take a look at some of those fines that they paid. By the way, these fines, these are expected in their operations, right? This is pay to play. So it's all good that you're screwing everyone. Mm-hmm. Anyways, all right. I went on for long enough, but I mean, sorry, man. Steve Hanke, completely evil. Like you said, enemy of humanity. anti-human, sorry. I say enemy of humanity. You're saying anti-human. And you know what? He's just dead wrong about Bitcoin. I mean, he really, really is. He's just completely wrong about Bitcoin. There is absolutely no reason at all, except for their own personal incentives, not to adopt Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an inclusive financial system for everyone. It doesn't stop anybody from joining the network or dropping off the network. If you truly desire freedom and you believe in freedom, then this is something you should believe in.
Absolutely. And look, think about how fucked up this is for a moment, okay? Because it makes me very upset. El Salvador passed this law by themselves. Okay, so the people of El Salvador, the people of El Salvador elected to represent them, passed this law themselves, right? And you have someone living in a Western country in a privileged financial system that's saying that's disgusting. That's saying that's bad, even though it's helping their country, right? As Phil just showed you, it's going to help them save tens of millions of dollars in remittance fees. Not only El Salvador, all of Central America, right? Because the Western Union fucks all these countries, right? It's not only El Salvador. El Salvador is the beginning.
Of course.
So El Salvador passed this law with their own government, right? You know, they signed it. You saw the lady. So this is a hopeful future. And you have this guy in the United States that's saying, that's corruption, that's bad, that's horrible. Who are you to say that? Who are you to tell El Salvador what to do and what not to do? And look, I want to bring up this Financial Action Task Force thing that he mentioned, okay? This is an unelected body of bureaucrats that gives guidance to countries on what they should do, on what their financial regulation should be or should not be, right? So, like, come on, man. Don't you think, like, and this reminds me of Nakim Bukele's own tweet, right? Where he says the National Fruit Company, what was it called, Phil?
United Fruit Company.
United Fruit Company. That's exactly what this is. It's more of the same thing, right? This is a Western country. This is the United States trying to impose, right, their laws or their beliefs on another country. That's what I see, right? And you see Steve Hanke is the main propagandist of the fiat arm of the establishment. And it's just, it's disgusting what this guy is trying to say. He's trying to say that we know what's better for you. Even though the people of El Salvador voted for this, we still think we know what's better for you. That's how fucked up it is. Think about it for a second.
Glass house, man.
Oh,
just throwing stones from a glass house. These guys, these people are completely, you know what? They are delusional. And I mean, it's just sociopaths.
Sociopaths. Sociopaths. But it's like, but it doesn't surprise me because
no, of course not. We're not surprised. We're just upset.
Fiat is based on a lie, and I love how he used his credentials, dude. You know, John Hopkins. It's John whatever. It's like, dude, the whole economy department, I'm sure, at John Hopkins is about fiat. It's not about Bitcoin. So you guys are incentivized to keep teaching about fiat, to keep teaching about Keynesian economics. Right? It's like, man, it's crazy, dude. It's oppressive. Exactly what you said, Phil. This guy's an enemy of humanity. He's anti-human. He's evil. I'm sure he's part of no, I don't know, so I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, man, it's an evil bastard. You know, Steve Hanke, you're an evil fucking bastard, and you're definitely gonna have fun staying poor. But anyways, Phil, there was no, it's time for it.
There was a software release.
It's time for it.
The Daily Meme Review.
All right, everybody. The meme for today is brought to us by a fellow plebe. CK, you go follow him at CK_sucks.
We had him on, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had him on.
He was a guest. Anyways, just check out the meme. Bitcoin, you know, small bread. This is like a classic meme. And then all the shit coins. And then, you know, and then it's like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Monero. And then it's like, oh, Bitcoin. You know, this would have been so useful in the beginning. Right? Because we all know, you know, we've been through this. We've all experienced the shitcoin casino, you know, more some than others, but I think it's part of paying the price of tuition, finding Bitcoin. And for that awesome meme by CK, I'm going to give it an almost finished Zephyr Hills water bottle. Woo! What about you, Phil?
I like that score. It's a good one. Look, that's a classic meme. It's been done, I think, like 100 different times, but that is very well done. And you're right. That would have been helpful all the way at the beginning, because instead all I saw were crappy memes about how Bitcoin's a dinosaur. Okay. And then trying to shill me some shit coin like EOS or something. So look, you know what? I'm going to give it this little, I guess, like mini screwdriver set.
Ooh, I have the same one.
Yeah.
But in orange.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's missing some.
It's, you know what? I have a completely different one that's that's a lot better, actually. It's the iFixit kit.
Oh,
yeah. I ended up getting that one after, because this one, there was like a piece that broke while I was using it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, look, whatever.
Good scores.
But it's still a helpful set, you know.
A helpful screwdriver set and a half empty water bottle that's very moist. Yeah. Do you guys
scores?
Do you guys agree with our scores? Do you disagree? Write to me. Put it down in the comments. But anyways, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by
Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody, let's check out the news for today. Check out this notable tweet by documenting BTC. Aarika Rhodes is running for California Congressional District 30, Brad Sherman's current position. She's an elementary school teacher that supports financial literacy classes being taught in high school and is now reading the Bitcoin Standard, right? And we could see the tweet from Aarika. Can't wait to continue learning more about Bitcoin. Okay, look. At the end of the day, she's a politician. You can't trust her, right? But the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Okay.
Sorry. It just made me think of MC Hammer. Can't touch this, but can't trust this. But instead it's can't trust this.
So
sorry. I'm sorry.
No. It's funny. It's funny. Okay. So yeah, look, Aarika. So listen, guys, at the end of the day, look, we don't know her intentions. We don't know if she's just saying this to get attention, but I do know is that Brad Sherman has to fucking go. Okay. So listen, try to support as much as possible. If you don't live in California, just give her a like, help her in engagement, because that helps her, and that helps her hopefully defeat Brad Sherman, which we know is bought and paid for not only by the banks, but also the Great Reset people, which we confirmed on yesterday's episode. We wish we were joking, but we're being 100% serious. Anyways, Phil?
Yeah, I just, so not to break it, but I believe I saw another tweet where she specifically said Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I saw that. Maybe I'll try to dig that up. Look, this is the problem, right? This is and this has to do with, they don't want to be, they're politicians. They can't be exclusionary, right? They have to be inclusive, and they have to give the illusion of, even if they're not being inclusive, they have to give the illusion of inclusivity. So don't get me wrong, totally appreciate that tweet, totally that it's, appreciate that it's Bitcoin only. She's reading the Bitcoin Standard. Hopefully she realizes that everything else is just exactly what it is. It's just corporate scams trying to extract money out of you. These things will never be the store of value that Bitcoin will be. They will never have all of the properties of Bitcoin.
I agree. I definitely agree with your statement, right? But there is a clear and present danger, right? Which is Brad Sherman.
Yeah, right? No, for sure. Like, she's way better than him.
We got to get this motherfucker out of office. Yeah. Okay. So
at least she's pro Bitcoin.
Give her a follow, support her shit until you see her start going down the shitcoin path. If she starts going down the shitcoin path, call her out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, give her some support, right? Because Brad Sherman is an enemy of Bitcoin. He's an enemy of humanity. He's an enemy of freedom, okay? And she's running against Brad Sherman. I don't know what her principles are, but I know that she's more friendly to Bitcoin than Brad Sherman, okay? So
agreed.
We got to deal with the battle at hand. But anyways, let's cover the next topic, Phil. Check this out. Barclays stops UK clients from sending funds to Binance.
Oh my gosh.
Barclays, I know, right? Barclays has stopped UK customers from transferring funds to Binance after the Financial Conduct Authority last month said the digital asset exchange was not authorized to undertake crypto businesses within its borders. Let me translate the last part. A council decided what people can and cannot do with their money. Okay?
That's what they earned and traded their time for. right?
And they pay taxes for that.
There's no implications on the time. Like, they gave that time up. There was no censorship in what parts of that time they gave, right? It's amazing. It's amazing how, like, we're completely mind fucked.
It's crazy. And that's why calling out Steve Hanke is so important, because these people come from the fiat world. They're used to control, and it's so fucked up.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway.
Okay, sorry. We're ranting. We're getting upset.
Dude, we should get upset because it's fucked up. Anyways, let's check out this tweet from Alexandra Hook. Anyways, this is to help keep your money safe. Anyways, Barclays, as you made a payment to Binance this year, we wanted to let you know that we're stopping payments made by credit and debit card to them until further notice. But it gets worse.
Keep your money safe.
It gets worse, right? This is an actual tweet from Barclays responding, right, to, this image. Check out this tweet. Hi there. It's our responsibility to help protect your money. Okay, let me read that again. Hi there. It's our responsibility to help protect your money, meaning they know what's better for you than you do, even though it's your money. Is it really your money if you can't spend it on whatever you want? Is it really your money? Right? So anyways, RD was awesome to reply. If you're to say where our money can and can't be spent, whose money is it really? Ours or yours? Right? And then they gave, the corporate answer. Hi, we're sorry for any disruption this may cause you, and we don't mean to cause any frustration. The security of your account... Oh, now it's about security. They pivoted. Now it's about security. The security of your account is a priority to us. For further information on Bandit, right? So they just give him the corporate answer. And of course, RD keeps going like he should. And I'm just going to read you a tweet that I tweeted the other day. And this is what's at stake, okay? When your wealth is in a bank, you're at the mercy of the government and the bank. When your wealth is in a central bank digital currency, you're at the mercy of the government. When your wealth is in Bitcoin, you're at the mercy of yourself, right? So again, right?
Beautiful.
This goes to show, right? If your wealth is not in Bitcoin, it's not really yours, right? Unless you have a bar of gold sitting under your desk, right? Or like a pile of cash, which I don't suggest you do because they're just printing it into oblivion. It's just losing value over time. If it's not in your physical possession, is it really yours? Right? And this just goes to show, Phil, like this is a beautiful example. If this is a bank saying, hey, listen, for your security, we don't want you to trade with Binance. For your security, we don't want you sending money to Binance. For your security, what makes you think central bank digital currencies are going to be any different? As long as there's a human that gets to decide what you can and what you cannot do with your money, there's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be an issue. With Bitcoin, we have a chance, we have an opportunity to break free from this fucking insanity, because that's what it really is. Read that tweet. This is to protect your money.
Okay.
How insane is that, dude?
Let's take a look at the dystopian future. You, unfortunately, travel through a town, okay, or through a certain set of city blocks, okay, to get through to, let's say, your parents. It's an emergency. It turns out that those city blocks were marked as some kind of a criminal zone, and then all of a sudden they turn off all of your, they essentially just turn off your bank accounts, right, for your security. They turn off the access to your accounts for your security. And then all of a sudden you get to the end, you go to pay the Uber driver or whatever it is, and well, guess what? You can't pay them anymore because you went through this zone, and somehow, your transactions are now deemed as a threat to some type of security. So people don't really realize the far-reaching implications of how disgusting this type of stuff can get, okay? I understand that they want to post a warning, right? I completely understand that if a financial institution decides to post a warning and say, hey, according to our records, this type of, this type of account that you're trying to send the money to is involved with cryptocurrency. Some of that, might be a scam and blah, 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 click OK to continue. It's at your own risk. It's your money, right? I get that. If they want to do that, that's their institution. Fine. But to actively stop you from doing it? No. Okay? You traded your time for that money. No strings attached. Okay? That is your money to spend. It is supposed to be. And we are held captive by the very money that we earn. That it's psychotic and disgusting. It really is. It's just crazy.
This is why we Bitcoin, Brad Sherman. Yeah. This is why.
And you see the management speak. Like you see the management speak like that. That language, okay, is ambiguous on purpose. Okay, the word ambiguous is actually pretty ambiguous. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that, but people can go look that up. But the point is that this language is done like this on purpose, okay, and it is to convey their authority, okay, onto you, but at the same time creating the narrative that they're there to help you, okay? And when you're, and I'm sorry to say this, but when you're ignorant enough and you drank enough of the freaking Kool-Aid, you actually believe that these institutions give a shit. Listen, don't think for a second that you will not end up standing on the street corner with a sign saying, I am not financially viable. Banks don't care. They will hang you. They will let you hang yourself with the rope. If anybody ever saw the documentary about David Siegel and his wife, the Queen of Versailles, like, you know, with their their realty deals, right? Like he's like he owns like the biggest timeshare company, Westgate, or he did at one point. I don't know what the story is now, but man, the banks just kept lending them free money, and then the crisis happened, right? 2008, 2009, and then all of a sudden, slowly but surely, they dry up all the credit. So they do it on purpose. They let you build everything. It's like it is a leech. You build everything, and then when they decide, they take it away from you. They just make you think it's yours. Money really is the rabbit they pulled from the hat. Okay? Like you have to see this. Fiat money.
Phil, could you read that highlighted part just one more time?
It's our responsibility to protect your money.
It's our responsibility to help protect your money. It's our responsibility to help protect your money. And we do that by not allowing you to spend your money. Dude,
it's not your money. It's not your money.
This is what's at stake, okay? Central bank digital currencies is going to be worse than this because they can circumvent the bank in the middle. Now it's going to be direct government policy, right? The bank has to react to government policy, but at least there's a middleman. Central bank digital currencies is going to be direct, right? So that's why Brad Sherman and Steve Hanke, it makes them get up in the morning. They're like, yeah, central bank digital currency, we can control humanity. Woo! So these people are psychopaths. Opt out, buy yourself some Bitcoin, self-custody, get it the fuck off exchanges, and save yourself from these fucking psychopaths because they're psychopaths, okay? They're fucking crazy people. And that tweet perfectly represents that. Anyways, Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you show everybody?
Software releases. All right. Samourai wallet, which is a Bitcoin wallet, privacy focused, released version 0.99.96i. And that's down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, that was our show. You know what to do if you enjoyed the show. It's Monday. Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. And of course, if you want to continue hearing the Bitcoin news from the perspective and the catastrophic fiat and shitcoin fails, definitely consider subscribing. And we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.
Fiat isn't money.